Okay, boys and girls, go ahead and get your math books out. We are on page 329, okay? And you can see already this looks very familiar because we've got the L for less than and we have G for greater than. But let's read the directions first so we can know very clearly what we have to do, okay? So put your finger on the top word there as I read along. It says, write the numbers and compare them. Right? When we're comparing something, we're looking at this and we're looking at that, and we have to make a judgment about them, okay? So write G for greater and L for less. Cross out to make the groups equal. Okay, so we've got to do a couple of different things here. There's a couple of different steps. So first thing it says is write the numbers and compare them. Okay, that's number one. So we're going to count, and they did this one for us. So let's just talk through it, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I would write number 6 there, okay? I'm not done. Then I come down here and I write or count how many yellow squares there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I write number 8. That's the first thing we do. The next thing we do is we look at those numbers and we compare them, okay? Is 6 the same as 8? Not at all. If I was handing out Skittles in the classroom and somebody got 6 and somebody got 8, I think there might be a Skittle fight, because usually most people would want the 8. They would want the more amount. Okay, so let's take a look. So is 6 greater or less than 8? 6 is less. So I write L for less. Now I ask that question again, but I'm looking at 8. Is 8 greater or less than 6? 8 is the bigger number. It is greater. So I would write G for greater. Okay, that's instructions number 2. Now, number 3, excuse me. All right, I think we're all clear. Then it says, cross out to make the groups equal. So you can see here, we did this yesterday where we were making shapes the same and we had to create them. What I want you to do is to cross out what's extra. So now we have one on top, one on bottom, one on top, one on bottom. And if you want to, you can draw lines so that we don't get confused. And that would look something like this. And after there's no more lines to draw, we cross out what is extra. Okay, let's do number 2 with us. We have to really understand, because on the next page, we're trying to correct Puzzled Penguin. Okay, so let's take a look at number 2. Now, the first thing we had to do was to count and write the numbers. So let's count how many green circles we have. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to stop and write 5. Now I'm going to count the second row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we write number 9. Okay, we did the first thing. Now we need to compare those numbers. So I'm going to start with 5. Is 5 greater or less than 9? Is 5 bigger or smaller? Greater or less? Well, 5 is less, okay? And I can see that by taking a look at my shapes. I can see that I have less shapes here, and I have greater amount of shapes down here. So 9 would be my greatest number. So I'll write G for greater. Okay, we're not done yet. Okay, Now I have to go through and look at these and I cross out the extra. So I'm going to draw a line from shape to shape. Okay, just like that. Now I've run out of shapes. So what do I do with these extra ones? I cross them out. Good. So there are 3 different steps to finishing each one. Okay, so take your time. Remember, there are 3 different steps, 3, to finishing each one. Okay, so take your time. Make sure you're asking yourself those questions. How many are there? Which one is greater? Which one is less? And then let's compare the shapes and cross out the extras. Okay, so you go through and you finish that whole page. Let's just buzz forward and take a look at the back page. Okay, now Puzzled Penguin. Okay, he's done some work here. We have to correct his work. We have to be the teacher for Puzzled Penguin. So take a look at the directions up above. Listen while I read. Puzzled Penguin compared the number of objects in each group, writing G for greater and L for less. Cross out the extras to check Puzzled Penguin's answers. Okay, so we're being the teacher here. So let's go through. We have to do the same steps again. Let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did he get 7? Yep. Okay. Now which number is greater? Is it 6 greater or is 7 greater? Well, he says 7 is greater and that 6 is less. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Now we have to cross out the extras. So that's where we're going to draw our lines. Make sure that we've got everything just like that. Okay. And then I would cross out the extras. So did Puzzled Penguin, did he get this one right? Did he get his numbers and his less and greater correct? Yeah, so you know what? I'm going to give him a star. But you check the other ones, little teachers. You check. He's not usually right. Okay, so you take a look and check to see what he's gotten right. And then you cross out, match up, and cross out the rest. Okay? You guys got this.